I would ever say because of you.
Stop it.
Every time y'all see me look close, I'm just making sure we didn't lose a viewer. Just making sure.
Y'all stop.
Okay.
You guys. Hey, Desiree.
Hey, Desiree.
Hey.
Thank you for joining this.
Oh, thank you. You guys can.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Excuse me, I'm technically challenged.
It's okay. It's okay. We all are. We all are.
I wanted to show you guys. So this is what I think of when I see CrossFit. So yes, his name is Congo.
Okay. Maybe that's just his stage name.
You know what? I can't.
Wait, no. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Look, my poet name is like one Mike, right? See? But my real
You
name
can put your ad right here.
Right back to being the head of human resources, Mike. You got to step into the office.
No, I'm going to show you guys.
Goodness.
Okay. So this is
all right, I'll be ready.
This is what I think of. Let me start over.
God,
Let me say one thing to EZL real quick. I just want to say that I'm gonna come to your office later on because ain't no point in going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Like once I'm just gonna get it all out the way in one sitting with you. All right?
Okay.
Got it.
Got it out the way. Okay. Here we go.
What kind in the prison movement is this?
Kill it.
And
He scares me. EZL, do you do this?
no.
Okay, good. We still good.
And the part that bothers me is the bottom of that video that says gorilla shit only. Fam, I don't think gorillas do that. I'm gonna be absolutely honest with you. I don't believe that I've been to a zoo where I saw a gorilla screaming, jumping with his forearms and extending them, landing on his forearms. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I would have screamed if I was landing on my forearms like that. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I might be revealing a little bit too much. I'm 30 and like I don't feel like I can do that to my forearms. I don't want to do that to my forearms.
I don't even do that on the bed. I wouldn't even do it on the bed.
I'm just gonna remind everyone that there is an opioid crisis in America, and that is a case study right there. I think you guys need to ain't that much goddamn fitness in the world. That is drugs, people.
Man, fam, look, bro, look. If he can do it, he can do it. I've seen all types of push-ups, but that's just not a push-up that I want to do.
Listen.
Kim.
Wait, ladies and gentlemen,
Our guests are back.
So Kim, Desiree,
we lost one though.
Desiree, so this show, we're supposed to talk about sports. About 10 minutes of the entire show is probably sports. Everything else we just derail. Our audience, they're a lot. So we love them so. So so Ezell was not here when you had made your comment. So I'm going to set it back up where Ezell. So we played the Melanin People app, right?
Yes.
And Desiree absolutely loved the commercial. And Desiree, tell them why you love the commercial.
Why'd you love the commercial?
I'm African American and I love that whole concept.
She said, and I'll put up her comment right here. She's from South Africa.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Listen, the Melanin People app is connecting people all over. Like that's a really I can't wait to have the owner come up. He's gonna be a guest really. So that's just amazing. So CrossFit. Isa, what do you know about CrossFit? And then we'll get into Desiree as well. And
let me tell you, bro. I've done a couple rounds of CrossFit. It's a different monster, but you know, it's really just once you hit just what it is. Like they give you the workouts of the day, right? You hit them, and you just basically do them for a couple of rounds. And like it could be like, you know, it could like hit target just different parts of your body, but man, oh man.
So I was kind of right on what I said earlier.
Yeah,
well,
like you'll get stronger, you'll get more fit, but I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like that's just not my forte. You know, that's not my forte. Like if I was back in boxing, I would be like, yeah, you know, CrossFit would definitely be something I know would help me with that. But I feel like, man, like I kind of like have a certain goal for myself, and so what I've been doing has been working. But I'll never talk down on it. It's a workout. Your body, like it is a workout. Afterwards, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it. Like there's no.
I can imagine.
He said you're going to feel it.
You're going to feel it. Like I did it for, like I said, like a couple of weeks, honestly. Like about 2 weeks. And how
many times in a week? Just once?
No, four times in a week.
Man, okay.
Yeah, fam. Like I should not have done that. I should not have done that.
Well, you know what? You got the right person here, because I help people with their bodies handle all that stress on the bodies. That's what I do.
Oh, really?
Explain to them about CalMag-C.
Okay, so calcium and magnesium are your two major minerals in your body. Calcium is calcium's the most abundant. Magnesium's in balance 2-to-1 with the calcium. Now, just to give you a simple picture, calcium contracts the heart, and magnesium relaxes it. Just giving that as an example. That's what it does. The nervous system operates like that and does it with all the muscles. So the heart is a good picture to get. You know, does this, blood pumps out. Blah, blah, blah. So what the calcium magnesium does, and this very special form of it, it helps the muscles contract, relax. So when you're exercising and you're putting all that strain, you're losing your minerals. There's other things I can tell you about as well, which are very, very important. But it's like, these are your most important minerals. So let's say if you... I kind of give an example, like the electricity comes into your house and it's all working good. Then, and the lights are working and blah, blah, the fans working, everything. But then there's a little bit of interference, just a little bit. Then you get the flickering lights and stuff like that. In the worst case scenario, there's a blackout. Now, if you take that in relation to the body's electricity is conducted and made from the minerals in the body. The central nervous system is sitting in your skull here, and that feeds down to all your parts of your body. So if it's all working well and you've got enough minerals and it's working well, you're doing good. No spasms, none of this. The minute you start to get spasms or discomfort or feel upset or whatever, then you know you're lacking some. And in worst case scenario, heart attack, you're dead. I mean, I don't like to talk about that, but basically just to give you the picture from an electricity point of view. So if you've got enough minerals, your body can function. Calcium, magnesium are your most abundant minerals, and they're vital for the body to do this job properly. But there's other things that happen too. People get dehydrated. And as you probably know, and then they drink Gatorade and all this type of thing, and that is poison. You're actually creating more dehydration. So my question,
I never knew that.
People die. So my question to you guys is, can drinking water dehydrate you?
If it has salt in it, it probably can.
Okay.
Dasani, I've heard, has salt inside there, some type of chemicals inside the water to make you thirsty even more.
Okay,
really?
So
yeah.
Oh man, I like.
Dude, I'm today years old.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually tell you what drinking water can dehydrate you if it's got no minerals in it, which most water doesn't. And the way I handle it for myself and everybody that I help, because I've been helping people for more than 40 years now, is I put salt in it. So
Oh.
I know, but I put not the white stuff you get in the supermarket that is poison.
Next to the pineapples, not that.
Yeah, no, that white, the white salt that's refined, that salt is only one part of the real salt, and I prefer the Celtic sea salt. You know, that comes from the sea.
Yeah, that pink stuff.
Right.
Not the pink one, the
That's
Celtic
pink?
one.
No.
No, the grey
Oh,
one.
the
Celtic
other
one.
one is Himalayan. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, that salt has about 80 or so minerals in it. It is full of minerals. So I get people to take that and the CalMag, and dehydration is not only from you guys exercising and doing all the hard stuff you do, or working, building buildings or whatever. Dehydration is caused also by air conditioning. It is the biggest culprit. Air conditioning. Really? Yep. And I'm going to tell you now. I'm going to tell you.
Get the backpack, Giselle. Get the backpack.
But listen to this.
Explain this one.
Even in the middle of winter, you're sitting up in the north, and it's freezing cold, and you've got your fires and your heaters on. You are getting dehydrated. But the air conditioner is an even bigger culprit. So this is what happens. I found this out quite kind of by accident. I went into a course room. I was doing a course, and when I arrived in the course room, I was comfortable. It was pleasant. Blah blah blah. And the more and more people who came into the course room, it was getting more and more uncomfortable. And then I noticed that people were going to move the air conditioner colder and colder. And then because I'm also a detox specialist, so I have to know about dehydration. Okay. And suddenly I had this mind-blowing moment, like, oh my goodness. So what's happening is the air conditioner takes the moisture out of the air, the humidity out of the air, so that the room's more comfortable. The problem is the human body is the biggest moisture-carrying object. So it's air conditioning is sucking it out of you, sucking it out of you, sucking it out of you. And the more it's sucking it out of you, the more dehydrated you're getting, and the more dangerous it is for you. So when I saw that happening, I'm like, oh, I never thought of that. And subsequent after that, now I handle people with high blood pressure. I put them on salt. Okay. And it's not the white rubbish that we were talking about, but the actual Celtic sea salt. And a lot of their doctors say, oh, no, you can't take the salt. Your blood, blah, 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 you know. And then they didn't listen to the doctor, they listened to me. And you know what? Within 12 to 24, 48 hours, their blood pressure was down.
Oh, wow.
That's dope.
You better go ahead, Desiree.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Learn some.
And I got links actually to give you all the symptoms of dehydration on my website, but my website's been sorted out at the moment. But there's like 24 to 50 symptoms, and depression and feeling not good, and
I don't think that's a reggae music.
That's my driveway. Somebody pulled into my driveway.
Not guilty.
They jamming.
Right.
Anyway, I just want guys to understand that, so that you really know, because and Gatorade and coffee, which I also like my coffee like you, these are all dehydrators. Okay. So so there's a lot of data, and I'm always happy to give people data, and they can email me or ask me questions, or I'm happy to help.
So you may want to stick around, because at the end of the show, we do this thing called Mikeism.
Wait, what happened?
For some reason, it makes Ezel, it stresses him out.
And dehydrates him.
It dehydrates him. So he may need a consultation right after the show.
Sorry, who are you talking about?
The guy right next to you. Now, I'll put him on the screen. This guy right here.
Okay, the cap guy.
Yes.
Hi,
Big game hunter, cap guy. Yes.
You'll see him packing a suitcase and stuff. He gets really stressed out. Really stressed out. So
Cap guy.
Great. Yeah, cap. You capping it. You capping it. I love it.
There we go.
Prada. Hey, Prada.
Mr. Prada, what's happening, buddy?
That's Mike's buddy right there. He got
Yes,
us
sir. That's my guy.
RG, what do you think about what we all have just discovered as far as the Gatorade, the air conditioner making you dehydrated?
Oh, like I said, today years old. There's a lot of stuff I did not understand.
Yeah.
And wow, I'm like, I guess I can say no, huh? We don't need the central air unit because it's dehydrating us. So you just saved me like a good $15,000 for central air. Thank you. Because that is going to be my excuse. I love this lady. She just saved me $15,000.
Yeah.
No central air for you guys. The extra says no.
I took that off.
I'm killing myself then, because like I go play back. Well, I haven't played in a minute, but I used to go buy a large bottle of Gatorade.
Gatorade. I grew up on it.
So
I am shocked.
So Kim says, what about Celtic sea salt electrolyte powder?
Okay, I don't know about Celtic sea salt in electrolyte powder. I mean, is that a product? Because I know most of the things, but I haven't heard of that one. Yep.
Kim, is that a product? Is that something that you've seen, found online? Wow. So I could only imagine. So, Ezel, what Mike was saying earlier was that, like, when you go to Planet Fitness and they have that 15-minute workout session where they have, or section where they have like several different.
Yeah, the yellow machines. Where you can
He was saying that to him, that's what his version of CrossFit would look like if you were to use each.
Yes, but not because I know what you're talking about. Ezel is a whole different animal, but I figured like that was the bite size. America. Our attention span.
Yeah.
Because
like, the goal, if I'm not mistaken, is just having that high intensity and that dynamic movement.
In like 15 minutes or whatever.
Yeah. That makes sense though.
But you can hydrate yourself. No, it's very simple. It's very simple.
So someone has a question that they text and they said, hospitals are super cold. So are they dehydrating people while they're there?
Yep. And when you get very dehydrated, that they'll send you to the hospital and you get a salt drip.
Yeah.
And the word salt
Right.
comes from the derivation of the word. If you look up the derivation, do you know what I mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
Is salary, pay.
Wow.
And that comes from hundreds of years ago when they used to sail around on their sailing ships and go and trade all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
They got paid with salt. Salt is so vital for the body. And you know what? If you sweat, I bet you guys have done this, and you've licked the sweat. What does it taste like?
It's saucy.
And if you cry.
Wait, what did you say, Bree?
I don't even like sweat. Like, it turned me off. Like, I get disgusted with sweat.
Right.
All types of sweat.
Yeah, and they're not only
all types.
but Bree, have you cried in your
That
life?
is a Breeism.
Yes, I have. And it comes out, it is salty.
Yeah, because your whole body's liquid system is salt. If you take your blood and you analyze it chemically, and you take seawater and you analyze that chemically, they're almost identical.
Wow.
So that's why when you cry or you sweat, the guys probably have tasted it.
Somebody out here licking sweat. Just
Okay.
You might not lick your sweat, but you might have something on your arm and you want to lick it off.
Yeah. Okay, so Mike, welcome back to the show. How nice of you to join us, sir.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what up?
You had some salt in your line.
Yeah, I don't know what's been going on.
And we won't assault you.
Yeah. So would either of you guys like really wholeheartedly try CrossFit for an extended period of time, or let's say 2-3 weeks?
I would do it again.
Really?
Hold on.
I wouldn't mind it.
I would do it again.
I have a lot.
Not doing it.
Yeah, Mike checked out. He's like, nope, click. I don't want to be in the show anymore. No, I wouldn't mind trying it. I need to get back into a regular training regimen, so can't hurt.
So, okay, what about when you're fasting? What about when you're fasting and it's only a water diet? Should you be adding some type of substitute, like the Celtic salt or something, to that water to
Yep,
keep yourself hydrated?
Yep, I would, because you're losing when you're doing that. You are losing minerals, and you actually going to. I mean, in severe cases, people end up in hospital with salt drips. You don't want to go there. You can actually be in charge of your body.
Yeah.
And you can just and the thing about it is, one of the things about when you're dehydrated and you're losing all your minerals, the tiredness, the muscle aches and pains, the horrible fuzzy feelings in the head, these are all dehydration symptoms. So all you need is to have the right. So what I do is I haven't got it here right now. I've got a glass bottle, and I put my decent, good quality water in it, and then I put. All 5 of us would have totally different quantities of salt. So what I tell people is, put some salt in, put it in your hand or however, put it in your drinking water, shake it up. And everybody's body needs different quantities of. So you find what works for you. Then if you put too much salt in, just add more water. If you put too little in, like it's flat tasting the water, just put a bit more. So you'll know exactly how much. I can do it just in my sleep.
Yeah.
But you can just do it. And so when you go to school, you go to the gym, you go to airports, and airplanes are the worst.
I can see that.
They are the worst because you are confined in the air condition, and not only that, the oxygen levels are lower. But that's another subject which I can tell you about another time. What you can help to handle the low oxygen. But this dehydration thing is a major, major problem. And a lot of people, I think, have heart attacks and all that type of thing because of they're deficient in calcium, magnesium, and the other minerals.
Right. I could see somebody sweating and then getting into a tub of water and then trying to bottle that water just because we sat here and said that the sweat. No, I don't want
to just stop hanging out with people.
Breathe.
Huh?
Yes. Don't stand in the corner. You tripping.
I can see somebody like getting into a. Yeah.
Say it one more time so it makes more sense.
Yes.
Into a tub of water.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, but that's totally a good idea. If you I live on the coast.
Bottle the water and bottle the water with the ass crumbs in it is also a good idea too.
But
you got to bottle your bath water. Bam. Bottle bath water.
When my friend comes to visit me from New Zealand, and we always say we're going to go down to the beach.
You bring ass crumb water?
we're gonna go and eat. I won't say the word of it because the ice cream has got such a bunch of rubbish in it. But we're gonna go and get minerals. And that the idea of that is if you walk on the sand bare feet and walk in the sea, the body does also absorb through the soles of the feet. Yeah.
I have heard that before. Like they say, if you have a cut or scrape or anything like that, you go into the seawater and it helps heal it.
Yeah.
But then they also said letting the dog lick on it too does the same thing. So.
Yeah, no, I also know that one too. Yeah.
No,
it's actually it's a good idea.
Getting in bath water and then bottling it.
Wait, doing what?
Exactly. No. Processing.
I'm gonna have to put. I'm gonna have to.
Protestant drinking that dirty.
Dirty boy.
That's
I'll draw the line there.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
While dysentery.
You know what though? I don't know if it was a pickup line, but dudes used to be like, drink your bath water.
And they was trying to hydrate.
That was so purple.
But they were trying to hydrate.
Exactly. All of this electrolytes I have going on.
Yeah, I had too many electrolytes with the Gatorade, obviously.
No, but the Gatorade is full of actual highly poisonous things for the body, not good for the body.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like really seriously bad. And I mean, it's a marketing thing. They make a lot of money out of marketing. It's so bad.
That makes sense.
None of my friends or kids drink that stuff. Yeah.
Wow. And I just got 2 12-packs of it. So I guess I have to get rid of that stuff.
So what about like Pedialyte or things of that nature? You know, like you get prescribed that sometimes when you leave the hospital from dehydration.
I don't actually know what Pedialyte is.
I don't
like
know.
Is it another? Okay, I'll have to look that one up.
Okay. The other thing is definitely
it might be called something different, like where she's located at.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times when babies become dehydrated, they get them like this little like water, but it has like a lot of stuff in it to help them become rehydrated because they can't drink traditional water. And they used to call it like Pedialyte or something like that. Okay,
when my kids were small, when they were, from the day they were born, and I was still breastfeeding them, I started them on CalMag, and if they were dehydrated at that tender age, I'd give them cell salts, tissue salts, the one with the 12, and I let them eat as much as they want. And while it was still dissolving, they would eat and eat and eat, and then they would automatically stop because it's they've had enough. The body's got what it needs.
Right.
Okay.
It's a very important subject.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Product. So body armor, from what I hear, is not good because of the amount of sugar that it has in it, but it tastes good going down. I tell you.
Sugar is your worst thing. It's going to dehydrate you the quickest. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the chemicals and stuff in the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So we are getting ready for the Mike-isms.
Hey.
Desiree, I'm so excited for you to be here to experience this mind-blowing.
Yeah, because Ezel, you know.
It's going to be dehydrated after this. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out, like, the lane Ezel is in so that, you know what I'm saying, the Mike-ism can, like, be on that same road with him and can take this journey with me. But, you know, we'll see. I'm going to get one of these days. He's going to be like, you know what, Mike?
I kind of don't think ever. Let's switch.
Come on, can we go?
Okay, there you go. Now you guys are next to each other.
Can we do like glass half full?
I don't think he likes any of those glasses, for example. We are now at the time 9:25, so we're gonna get ready for the Mike-ism. I'm so excited.
Man, I love the support you guys give off of these. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You too, Ezel. You know what I'm saying? You like spark something. Like when I'm working on these Mike-isms, I just be thinking like this one to get them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to bring, you know what I'm saying, understand where I'm coming from. Like you probably already packed though, but we'll talk about that. I'm gonna help you unpack, sir.
That's really nice.
Just play brief. Play this.
Well, before we do that, let's go ahead and let Desiree let everybody know where they can reach you, Desiree, how they can find out more about CalMag-C. So we'll put you on full screen, you let them know, and then we'll get ready for the Mike-ism.
Okay, so my email address is Desiree, DESIR. Yeah, you got it. That's the Desiree at CalMag-C.com. And I'm always happy to help people. So please feel free to ask me questions anytime.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
This was great. I enjoyed it so much.
Oh man.
Awesome. I'm glad
Thank
you
you.
did.
Yeah.
Wait, say that again after I finish.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do it afterwards.
Okay.
We're gonna all come down, and then we'll start Mike's little commercial, and we'll be
Now
back.
you said little commercial though.